This is your home for the Cardinals. Eudora Sports Live.
Van Dong in motion. The give is to Moody. Moody ducks down and dives in. He's standing over the ball. He's going to take it quickly. Looking across the field, and he's got it! It's Jude Whalen. And now Addie Hephill puts it away for the Cards. They'll take a 2-set lead. Hendrickson in motion, give to Duncan. Duncan, and he trucks the safety. Is he in?
It's time for the Cardinals on your home for Eudora High School Athletics. Eudora Sports Live.
All right, welcome in here to Eudora, Kansas. We have got opening day for this Lady Cardinals softball season, coming off of a fantastic year, coming off of a streak where they have made state every single year since 2019. They lost in the state championship game to McPherson this last year. They went on a fantastic run, but they graduated a lot of seniors, a lot of key players, and they've got a new head coach. So it could be a very different season for the Cardinals, or it could be more of the same. We can talk more about that as this game goes on. But first here, digging in will be the leadoff batter for Bonner Springs. It is Barnes. She will be doing battle with Olivia O'Toole, one of the seniors on this Cardinal squad, a key returning member. I would say actually the key returning member for this Lady Cardinals softball team. First pitch in there is called for a strike. So the first pitch of the Cardinals season is a good one from O'Toole. This is Anna Barnes, the freshman. She looks to drop down a bunt. That one goes foul. It's quickly 0-2. You just got me with you for this one, Reed McAvoy. Hayden Harf should be joining me for game 2 of this doubleheader. You will be able to keep it right here on this live stream for game 1 and 2 of the Cardinals season and both games of this doubleheader. Last year they went 27-2. Fantastic year. Olivia O'Toole on the mound, or in the circle rather, went 7-0. And the 0-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. So a great first AB for Olivia O'Toole in the circle.
Kimberly up to bat, number 25, Haney on deck.
I don't know if O'Toole could have bigger shoes to fill coming in for Samantha Clare, becoming the ace. She was a key pitcher last year for the Lady Cards, but now becoming the ace. Samantha Clare off at KU now. Last year had a record of 20-2, an ERA of .61, a single season record for strikeouts with 264. This one's a dribbler to the left side, and that's going to be perfectly placed to allow Kimberly to reach. So the number 2 hitter in the Bonner Springs order reaches with a little infield hit there. Rolled only a few feet down the third base line. It was perfectly placed in an awkward position. No one able to get there in time to make the play. So Kimberly reaches. But yes, Samantha Clare became the all-time strikeouts record in a career for a Eudora pitcher. Single season record for strikeouts. This pick back to first. Oh my word, the ball was certainly there in time, but the tag was not applied before Kimberly returned back to first base. Behind the dish is Strickland for the Cardinals here today. Again, she looks the runner back. A hot and windy day here. The 2-0 is taken for a ball. Olivia O'Toole last year pitched in 12 games, started 10 of them. That 7-0 record I mentioned, 51 1/3 innings of work, had an ERA of sub-2. So she was fantastic. The batter hammer dropped the bat there before that one was even to the plate. She was taking all the way, and it dropped in there for strike 1. The 3-1 from O'Toole. Taken, and that one's a ball. So now 2 runners aboard for Bonner Springs here early.
Brand's up to bat, number 24, Steve Sunday.
This is now Brandt digging in with 2 on, and that one fouled off as it gets to the backstop off the bat. And that one swung through. Going left to right for the Eudora infield, Doherty, Cundiff, Heelser, Pollard. And left to right in the outfield, Wenger, Hummus, and Spellman. The catcher is Strickland, the pitcher, O'Toole. And that one's going to hit the batter in the thighs. The bases are loaded here with just 1 down. So after a strikeout of the leadoff hitter, there is now some real pressure on the Cards. Strickland calls the infield in. They want to try and make a play at the plate, if need be, to try and keep the Braves off the board. Spies now digs in. First pitch loops high for a ball. Last year, this Cardinals team only allowed 25 earned runs. Fantastic pitching duo of Sam Clare and Olivia O'Toole. In fact, both pitchers were nominated for Pitcher of the Year within the greater Kansas City area, and Sam Clare ended up taking that one home. And that one's in there. 2 strikes now on the batter. A K here would be huge to try and get out of this bases loaded jam. The 1-2. That one chopped foul. This Braves squad had 3 players receive all league honors last year, but they were all seniors. And a swing and a miss. That's a huge strikeout number 2 for O'Toole. And a big step towards getting out of the bases loaded jam. 2 down now.
Number 15, Garcia up to bat. Number 12, Gandy on deck.
First pitch called a strike here to Liliana Garcia. One of 3 seniors on this Bonner Springs roster. That one well outside. Strickland did well to get to that one. That one on the outside edge, called strike 2. O'Toole and Strickland, the pitcher-catcher duo, are 2 of only 6 returners on this Cardinal squad, and the swing and miss means that O'Toole strikes out the side and strands the bases loaded. Some pressure there on the Cards, but they escape unharmed as we go to the bottom of the first.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1970.
All right, so now the bottom of the first here, it will be the catcher Strickland to lead off, followed by Heelser and then O'Toole. And dust blowing in the batter's face. Strickland will call time. So that dust is now kicking up straight into the crowd's eyes as well. A very windy day here. And now we get the first pitch, and that one taken high. Strickland last year hit .385. Hits this one over to third, and it was bobbled over there, but able to make the play and record out number one are the Braves.
Heltzer up to bat, number 8, O'Toole on deck.
First pitch bounces to the second baseman. Got a piece of that one. Count goes 1-1. One-two pitch. She ducks out of the way of that one. Heltzer, one of 6 freshmen listed on this roster. And that one's in there, strike 3. So 2 down here for the Cards. That will bring in the pitcher, Olivia O'Toole, who did magnificently to escape the bases loaded jam. Ended up getting 3 Ks. Last year, O'Toole hit .364, had a .407 on-base percentage. Swings at the first pitch. That one goes out of play, foul to the left side. Behind her is Pollard and then Wenger. And that one loops, and she swings underneath it 0-2 in this battle between the pitchers. The 2-strike offering, that one in on the hands, and she got a piece of it to stay alive. And again, O'Toole gets a piece of it, putting up a good AB here, still in an 0-2 count. Twelfth pitch of the inning. That one is a ball. Some progress for O'Toole in the count, 1-2 now. O'Toole worked only 4 walks last year. Gets under this one, going to the left side. Will it be in play for anyone? No, it will be out right next to the the Cardinals dugout. The 7th pitch of the at-bat. And again fouled off. It took Spice 7 pitches to get the first 2 batters down, and 7 pitches in against O'Toole. She is still going to have to at least throw it one more time to get her done. O'Toole steps in for the 8th pitch, still in a 1-2 count. She has done a lot of plate protection and watches that one for a ball. The count evens. This is a veteran plate appearance right here. The 2-2, and now it's a full count for O'Toole. There have been 5 foul balls in this at-bat. A full count pitch, she swings under that one and fouls it back. 6 foul balls now. And we will hit double digits for pitches in this at-bat. The full count one more time. This one hit back up to the middle, and it'll drop out there. O'Toole's going to reach after a fantastic AB, and she will take the stop at second base. Really savvy AB there from O'Toole, and the Cards were never going to go down 1-2-3 when she was fighting like that. Who was maybe within reach for Barnes out in center field, hit off her glove. But they go ahead and give O'Toole the double. So now Pollard watches the first one high. Pollard last year was mostly used on the base paths, but did have a couple ABs, did not register a hit. But she stole a couple bases, was hit by a pitch, worked a couple walks, and scored 3 runs. And she will hit this one over to short. BB, it's going to eat her up and go into left field. The throw coming home. O'Toole slides and scores. The Cardinals take the lead. And on the backside, Pollard will grab second base. So the Cards still with a runner in scoring position and now lead 1-0 here in the first. That one went through the hands of the shortstop, BB. And it was actually Green that was able to come around and score. Designated, or rather courtesy running. Eleanor Green rounds the bases, slides home safely. Cards lead.
Oh yeah.
So now Wenger, the left fielder, digs in.
It's up to you. That's That's what you do to work, and I don't. You played a whole lot more better.
Wanger, another freshman in this starting lineup for the Cards. And she gets under this one, a good hit out to right field. Gandy backing up and brings that one in to end the inning. So the Cards strand a runner at second, but they also get a run in. They lead as we head to the second.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild. Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Top of the second here, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Bonner to try and respond after the Cards have taken an early lead. The Braves were sitting pretty with the bases loaded, only one out. But after we meet the end of the first inning, the Cards do lead here. O'Toole put up a fantastic AB, and then the courtesy runner in place of her was able to come around and score. So now she can go back to work after striking out the side along with loading the bases. It was not a 1-2-3 strikeout of the side for her. This is the right fielder Gandy in a 1-1, now 2-1 count. That one hit hard down the line, but goes foul. So for this Cardinals team, they are running with a new head coach for the first time in 13 years. Jan Kushner is in charge of things. It was Bill Finucane since 2014. Led a lot of successful seasons for the Cards. They've made state tournament every year since 2019. This one right back up the middle. That will be a leadoff hit for Gandy. So some pressure back on O'Toole here in the second inning. That one came right back where it came from.
Up to bat, number 1 Cook on deck.
So that brings in the shortstop, Beebe. Committed that error in the bottom of the first. The runner going for second, the throw down from Strickland, and the tag is there. Gandy out on the bases. Cards go and celebrate that one as they eliminate the leadoff hitter. And it's also a strike on the batter, so 0-2 and 1 down. And that one is going to drop in shallow right. A good hit by Beebe to respond after the out along the base paths. Might make Bonner wish they had not sent the runner. 3 hits for Bonner thus far on O'Toole. Looks like some equipment stuff for the right fielder for the Cards. So now the 9-hitter Ava Cook digs in. She looks to drop down a bunt, and that one goes foul. And an ugly swing there for strike 2. Half-hearted, was not sure she wanted to go on that one till it was far too late. The runner at first looks eager before the 0-2 pitch. And that one in the dirt in front of Strickland. She's going to throw down again, and that time the runner able to just get under the throw. Beebe safe at second. After that one was kept in front of Strickland, but enough daylight for Beebe to advance. A 1-2 count here on the third baseman. Oh, and that one on the outside part of the plate is called strike 3. Favorable call there for O'Toole. Sits down the batter for out number 2.
Bonner's back to the top of the lineup, number 4, Barnes up to bat.
So that will bring in the center fielder Barnes, who struck out in her first trip before the Braves were able to load the bases. And this one hit to right center, and then the wind takes it more towards center field, where it is brought in for Hamas to end the inning. So the runner stranded in scoring position. Cards still up by 1.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Bottom of the second here. Brooks, Doherty, and Cundiff will be the ones to try and add to the Cardinals' 1-run lead. First pitch in there for a strike. Brooks was a key bat last year. Had a .468 batting average and on-base percentage of over 500. Drove in 30 runs. Call on the inside edge, 0-2, 1-2. The 2-strike pitch. That one got away from her. Count evens. The 2-2 to Lori Brooks. She gets under this one, out to shallow right, and that one's going to drop in there. So a leadoff base runner for the Cards.
Already up to bat, number 2, Cundiff on deck.
This is Doherty at the dish. Takes the first one, a good pitch there, strike one. And that one close to the batter's midriff there. And she hits that one right back to the mound. She's going to go and try and get the lead runner. And they get the double play. Both plays there were very close calls, but they are able to turn two there and erase that leadoff base runner for the Cards. Going to have a word with the umpire here before Cundiff's AB. She was asking if the fielder was on the bag at second. It looked really like she wasn't, but the umpire says, I'm sure of my call. So that brings in Cundiff with 2 outs and none on. This one hit out to shallow center, actually going to stay along the infield, and that will be the end of the inning. Beebe brings in that one. So after the leadoff runner got on for the Cards, a double play and then a pop out ends the inning scoreless for the Cards. It's 1-0 as we go to the third.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Are you looking for a trusted partner?
It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Bonner order as O'Toole throws the first pitch. This one hit back to second, fielded, and then a bit of a high throw. But Pollard able to bring it in from Heltzer, and out number 1 quickly comes for the Cards.
Haney up to bat, number 22, Brandt on deck.
This is the Bonner Spring catcher as this one popped towards second base, and it will be the second baseman Heltzer to make the play on that one.
#22 Brandt up to bat, number 24 Spees on deck.
She swung on her first pitch, didn't she? Yeah. Hey guys.
The pitch to Brandt, and went ahead and swung at it. Ripped that one foul to the third base side. Strong wind here. The batter steps out. And that one on the outside edge, called a strike. After the foul and then the call there, it's 0-2. O'Toole could look for a very efficient inning on this pitch. That one, though, outside. Still 1-0 here. Top of the third. The 1-2 count. That one hit, and that will drop in left field. Another hit for the Braves. This one comes with 2 outs after their first 2 hitters went down very quickly. A solid AB from Brandt extends the inning for Spice, the pitcher.
Number 15 Garcia on deck.
O'Toole put up a phenomenal battle in her first AB against Spice. Spice struck out in her first trip. And that one swung through 0-2. O'Toole found herself down 0-2 before she worked it to a full count and then was able to get a double. Will we see some resilience here from Spice, or will she strike out for the second time? She will strike out for the second time and strand that 2-out runner. So the Cards preserve their 1-run lead.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, service.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
It will be 9-1-2 for Eudora. They scored that first run back in the first inning. Get started here in the third with them on top. Mentioned that these Cardinals are in a coaching transition for the first time since more than a decade, but they tried to, quote, make it a, quote, good, easy transition by going to longtime assistant coach Jan Kushner. She has been with the Cards since 2015. Played college ball at Emporia State and has coached at both the high school and college level. Finucane said that the previous head coach says that he believes Coach Jan taking over leaves the program in a very good spot. Said that she was a fantastic assistant coach that did a lot more behind the scenes than people realize. And she said that he described her as their secret weapon for many, many years. 3-0 here to the batter. That one called a strike. Hamas last year in 28 ABs, bat 179, but did have a 361 on-base percentage. Puts a decent drive into that one out to left field, where it will be brought in by Kimberly for out number 1.
Strickland up to bat, number 7 Heltzer on deck.
That one hit shallow and caught on the fly by Brandt, the first baseman, quickly 2 down. That was Strickland on that one.
Number 8 O'Toole on deck.
So now Heltzer comes in. She struck out her first trip. And that one's going to get down the third base line. I think Cook lost that one in the sun. Taking the turn at first, heading to second is Heltzer. It's a 2-out, 2-base hit for the Cards. So that again brings in Olivia O'Toole. And going for third is Heltzer, and she will swipe the bag.
I think it was 0-0. I think it was 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah.
I think it might have been her first.
Okay. Nope, that makes it really, which is fine.
The runner at third, O'Toole hits this one to the second baseman Garcia, who makes the play. So the Cards strand that runner at third and still only lead by 1. We head to the 4th inning.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College.
Garcia, the second baseman, will start us off here in the 4th. Hit this one straight back towards the booth and over. O'Toole thus far through 3 innings of work has allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 5. She also hit 1 batter. And she will quickly get ahead 0-2 on Garcia, who she struck out in their first battle. O'Toole was a key second arm last year for the Cards. She would often start games in a double header or just get into games where they needed some help. Came out with a 7-0 record, ERA of sub-2. And now in her senior season as the ace for this Cardinals team, she's going to look to improve on those great numbers. This one eats up the shortstop Cundiff, so there will be a leadoff runner on after the Cardinals' error on the infield.
Gandy up to bat, number 2, BB on deck.
So that brings in Gandy, who is 1 for 1. The runner at first, a 1-1 count, and that one high, 2-1. This one hit over to third. That one will get through to left field. So the first 2 runners are on here for Bonner.
Number 2, BB up to bat, number 1, Cook on deck.
And the bunt attempt goes foul from BB. BB singled to right in her first trip. That was right after Gandy had made an out along the base paths, being caught at second base. And she will swing through that one, maybe got a piece of it. Strike either way, 1 and 2. The Braves have loaded the bases once against O'Toole. That came with 1 out, and in the first inning they could not get anything across. Now some equipment issues for the shortstop Cundiff. Might have dirt in the face, hard to tell, but she needs a second here. About 84 degrees here. Strong winds. First game of a doubleheader to start this Cardinals softball season. And that one is called strike 3, a big out number 1 for O'Toole. There have been some favorable calls on that outside edge going for both teams. It's been relatively consistent. So that is a big out number 1, and now the 9-hitter Cook comes in and lines that one to third. That one's going to get into left field, and the stop sign put on for a moment with Wenger out there in left. The coach initially held Garcia, then sent Garcia, but she did not have time to react to that, so everyone stays. It's just station to station, and again, Bonner have the bases loaded with 1 down. Maybe some costly miscommunication there at third. Maybe it saved an out. Wenger, the left fielder for the Cards. The freshman, I suppose, posed enough of a threat to make the third baseman put on the stop sign initially. Third base coach. And that killed too much of Garcia's momentum for her to pick it back up. So that means that the bases are loaded, and the top of the Bonner Springs order comes up. It's Barnes. 0 for 2 with a strikeout thus far. Behind her, Kimberly, who is 1 for 2. First pitch hit to short. They come home with it. They get the force at the plate, and they get the double play to get out of the inning. Twice the Cards have escaped a bases loaded 1-out jam, and they still lead by 1.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
So after the Cards get that double play to get out of it, they can try and add to this lead. It's a very narrow lead, just this one run. They've had it since the first. They would certainly like a little bit more breathing room, but their defense has been solid to hold on to this one-run lead. Can they add to it here? It will be Pollard to get things going, followed by Wenger and Brooks. Collectively, they are 2 for 3. Pollard drove in this game's lone run. And she puts a good swing into that one out to left field, being tracked by Kimberly, and that one is foul. Just a little bit shy of home run distance and too far to the left as well. Pollard, one of the 5 seniors on this Cardinals roster. The 1-2 pitch hits this one high and shallow on the infield, brought in by Cook, out number 1.
Winger up to bat, number 18, Brooks on deck.
So after the pop out from Pollard, it's the left fielder Wenger. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back. She was able to get to the ball quick enough in left field to hold the runner up from Bonner, which was able to preserve this one-run lead. Spice up over 50 pitches now. Thus far in the game, 3 1/3 innings of work, has struck out 1, given up 3 hits and 1 run, which was earned. I think it actually may end up officially going down as unearned, depending how they call that play at short. Three-one count here for the left fielder. And that one will miss. She takes her base. A one-out runner for Eudora.
18 Brooks at bat, number 20 Doherty on deck.
So after the walk from the freshman, Brooks digs in. Brooks 1 for 1. Last year hit .468, a fantastic bat. And gets underneath that one, and it just out of reach for Brandt at first. Count goes 0-2, and maybe a bit of a lifeline for Brooks at the plate. The outfield playing her to pull. You can see the center fielder off center a bit of that 2-10 sign. The two-strike pitch, runner goes, and that one chopped foul. Wenger takes off for second and is safe. Brooks, meanwhile, was called out on strikes, but the freshman moves up into scoring position with the stolen base.
Number 20 Doherty at bat, number 2 Kendo on deck.
So that brings in Doherty with the runner in scoring position. She could put a drive in one. Could try and double this Card's lead. Seems like a key here and with this wind is going to be keeping the ball on the ground. The 0-0 hit over to third. Cook fields it across the diamond, and the Braves do very nicely to strand that runner. The Cards unable to add to this one-run lead. We go to the fifth.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
1-0 count here on the batter Kimberly, who's 1 for 2. Another pitch from O'Toole. That one hit towards first and just barely foul. O'Toole up around 60 pitches 4 innings of work, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, a hit batter. Also got her with a wild pitch. And there's that outside edge. That part of the plate has been pretty big all game. The 1-2. A slow motion swing there, and O'Toole makes a great play on it. The batter, Kimberly, wasn't quite sure if she wanted to swing at it or not. Had to slow down to get to it. And then O'Toole made a great play there. Otherwise, that one probably would have dropped in no man's land. Nice curving pitch drops in there against the catcher, Haney. Hits this one high to the right part of the infield. Calling off Heltzer and making the play is Pollard. 2 down on 2 pop-outs.
22 Brant at bat, number 24 Speed on deck.
Brant has reached base both times she's stepped up to the plate. A hit by pitch in her first trip and then a hit in the second. Both pitchers and both defenses have done really well. As you can see in such a low scoring game. The Braves right there if they could just get one across. Cards have not been able to pull away, but the Braves haven't been able to get one across despite twice loading the bases. And a half-hearted swing there. O'Toole pulled the string. And now 2 strikes. Trying to retire Brant for the first time today. The 2-2. Taken just outside. Strickland thought that one might have been close to what has been a big outside part of the plate today. So now it's full count and 2 outs. The pitch to Brant. Chopped foul to the right side. Flies on a line over the Bonner Springs dugout. Another full count offering. Swung on and she did just get a piece of that one. O'Toole's next pitch up around the 75 pitches mark in this game. And that one hit foul as well. And that one's going to be hit and drop out there. Brant has reached in all 3 trips to the plate. And there is a 2-out base runner for Bonner Springs.
24 Speed up to bat, number 15 Garcia on deck.
So that brings in the pitcher. With the tying run on base, a big gust of wind comes in, so time taken. And a big swing and a miss. Spies has not had an answer for her opposing pitcher, struck out twice. And that one hit foul. There's been a lot of O'Toole getting chases from Spice by going to the outside part of the plate on the lefty batter. And on this 0-2, she does get a piece of it, chop it back. And that one's in there, strike 3. The runner's stranded. It's a 7th strikeout for Olivia O'Toole. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Bottom of the 5th here. First pitch of this AB was a foul ball. It'll be 8-9-1 for Eudora. And just a duck underneath that one for ball 2. And that one just misses high. Had some late dip to it, but not enough. Count goes 3-1. And a strong gust of wind came in with that 3-1 pitch. It was low all the way, so a leadoff runner for Eudora. Thomas digs in, the center fielder. And the runner goes, and it was a great bunt. And, oh, they call the out at first. Meanwhile, Cundiff gets all the way across to third. That was a bang play at first. The umpire says that it is the batter is out, which makes that a successful sacrifice hit as the Cards move a runner over to third base all the way from first.
Number Strickland up to bat, number 7 Heltzer on deck.
So after the sacrifice bunt, Strickland comes in. Cards with a great chance here to try and double their lead. The runner at third with one down. And the top of the Cardinals order. The 1-1 hit, and that one's going to get over the head of the shortstop and drop. The Cardinals will double their lead. First time we've seen them score since the first inning, and it is now 2-0 to the hosts. Strickland with the nice hit, dropping that one in over the head of the shortstop, BB. Finally, the Cardinals with a little bit more breathing room. Heltzer swings at the first pitch, and it is caught on the fly by BB. So that is 2 down now.
O'Toole up to bat. Number 23, Pollard on deck.
That brings back up the pitcher, Olivia O'Toole, a real leader on this team. She swings big right through the first pitch to her. She says she was excited seeing all the new faces, the incoming freshmen that will be a big part of the team. Said their goal is to win regionals and make it to state this year. She hits that one to the opposite part of the field, just out of reach for BB at short. And there will be 2 on for the Cards.
23, Pollard at bat. Number 1, Leader on deck.
Eleanor Green will again courtesy run for O'Toole at first. She came around to score that lone run for the Cards, the first, what was for a long time the lone run for the Cards. Runners will move up to second and third with Pollard at the plate.
Stealing bases. You said it's a stolen base? Both of them did. Thank you.
And a big swing there by Pollard. That one well foul, but she really got into that one. Again, she pulls that one foul a couple times. She also had one in a previous AB that had warning track distance but was foul. She can just sit back for a half second more. She could easily drive one out of here. The 1-2 with 2 down. And does sit back for a little bit. Gets that one high out to left field, and it's going to drop. An error there from the left fielder, Kimberly, means the Cardinals will score 2 more, and they are now up 4-0. The sun and the wind there giving Kimberly trouble in left, and that high fly ball from Riley Pollard, the senior, is able to generate a couple more runs for the Cards. They've added 3 here in the 5th. Might not be done yet. After that error in left field, it's the Cardinals left fielder, Hannah Wenger. Hits this one to the opposite field, goes back to the left fielder there, who is able to bring it in. Kimberly makes the play, but not before the Cards get 3 across. They lead by 4 as we go to the 6th.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong.
First pitch here, top of the 6th to Garcia after the Cards have added 3 here. Now up by 4, a lot more breathing room for O'Toole after she had been living with just that 1 run for so long. She's got a nasty changeup, can really switch up the speeds on these batters.
So you wait till the end of the inning to say she's got
And Garcia swings through that one, strike 3.
Congratulations, Olivia O'Toole, for her 100 strikeouts.
You can hear there, O'Toole just gets her 100th strikeout. This is going to be a very big year for her, and it will start with a big milestone here in her senior season as the ace for this Cardinals team. Could be more milestones for her in the future. That one lined back up the middle for a 1-out hit. That is twice that Gandy has absolutely squared one up from O'Toole.
At bat, number 1 Cook on deck.
The first time that she did it, she was then immediately caught stealing at second base. I imagine Bonner might be a little more conservative. At this point, they just need runners on. That one a big swing over to left, foul. If one of those could drop with some a good low trajectory and a lot of speed behind it, that could be dangerous here. Because right now, if you hit it high, you could be hoping for an error, but otherwise it's going to be a lot of time for the fielders to try and camp underneath it. And man, did she pull the string there once again. Way out in front was Beebe. The 1-2, and that one will be a little dribbler out to second, and the underarm play is made for out number 2 by Heltzer.
Number 1 Cook at bat, number 4 Barnes on deck.
Brandt able to advance to second there. Excuse me, Gandy rather, able to advance to second base.
We got these during chaos season. Yes, they are. I love them. I know.
Chance taking care.
So this is the 9-hitter Cook to try and extend this Cardinals inning, or rather this Braves inning.
Hey, here's dinner.
That's about my way to
We worked 3 nights this week.
Oh, yeah.
The offering from O'Toole, taken outside for a ball.
Yeah. It's been a little.
Inconsistent.
Yeah. We had one that was just right high.
Next offering from O'Toole. That one hit over to third. Fielded cleanly, fired across the diamond, and a great play there for the Cards to get out of the inning, strand another runner in scoring position. They lead by 4.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
It will be Lori Brooks to get things going for the Cards, followed by Doherty and Cundiff. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. And that one in there, 1 and 2. For Spies on the mound, through 5 innings of work, 5 hits. Let's first focus on this 1-2 to Brooks. That one will bounce in there. Just 1 earned run against her. That was the RBI from Strickland to drive in Cundiff. The other 3 have come in on errors. And that one's going to get a piece of Brooks, so she will lose her from a 2-strike count. Spice seems a bit perplexed that that one ended up hitting the batter. And now something to talk about. A big gust of wind comes in here. We're already in a stoppage of play. And for Brooks, there will be a courtesy runner, Aspen Spellman. A name you might be familiar with from basketball season. Doherty looking to drop down a bunt and drops down a great one. They do make the play, so a successful sacrifice hit allows Spellman to move up to second, and then the throw to second rolls into left field and no one is there. Spellman will take the turn at third and she will score. Boy, is that one an unnecessary run to give away for Bonner. Another one coming in on errors for the Cards.
Number 2, Cundiff up to bat.
Doherty dropped down a great successful sacrifice hit, and the ball didn't even need to go to second base, but the throw to second got away and no one was out in the outfield to back that one up. So Spellman able to quickly, after just getting on the base paths, come around and score. It's 5-0 Eudora. And 4 have come from Bonner Springs errors. Talking things over in the circle, trying to encourage Spice, who has really pitched a good game. Just has not had a whole lot of help, unfortunately. She actually did for quite a while when it was just that one-run game. But on a windy day today, there have been some mistakes behind her that have cost her team dearly. This one by Cundiff will be hit straight to her opposing shortstop, and she is thrown out. So now the 9-hitter Hamas. The center fielder digs in.
Up to bat, number 15 Strickland on deck.
Big swing there. Hamas dropped down a sacrifice hit last time. Actually allowed Cundiff to go all the way from first to third. Otherwise, she is 0 for 1. Count is 3-1 on the senior. And oh, that one almost certainly would have been ball 4, but a swing there brings the count full. Only been 2 walks issued by Spice. And that one will be the 3rd free base she gives, as Hamas works a strong AB and takes her base with 2 outs. So the lineup turns over to Strickland, who has an RBI and a run scored today. This one hit high out to center, or actually it might even not escape the infield. A great play by Beebe to bring that one in and strand that 2-out runner at first. The Cards get one more. They lead by 5.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
So the top of the 7th inning here. Cards with a 5-run lead. O'Toole will look to put the finishing touches on game 1 of this doubleheader. Last year, O'Toole, in 10 starts, had 4 complete games. I imagine that number will greatly inflate this year. The ace for the Cards, Samantha Clare, had 13 in 2025. This one is a hit on a line out to center. A great piece of hitting there by Barnes. Gets her first hit today, and means there's a runner on for Bonner.
25 Haney on deck.
They come into this needing base runners and at least more than one clutch hit. A good start to get the leadoff batter on. Now it's Kimberly, the left fielder, and messing around with the catcher Strickland is Barnes at first, trying to maybe draw an erroneous throw. Kimberly 1 for 3, committed a costly 2-run error in this game. Again, Barnes not exactly staying put at first, but also not taking off. Would hate for the Braves to lose a runner from just sort of toying around, as this one's going to be dropped down. Solid bunt there, and the Cards take the out that they are given, as that means that they are a third of the way to wrapping up this win. The runner does move to second base, but there is one down. The Cards will take that trade.
25 Haney at bat, number 22 Brandt on deck.
The catcher Haney will dig in. 0 for 2 with a walk. And this one lands in front of Strickland. Spellman, who ran for Lori Brooks, is stuck around in this game in right field. And that one hit over to third, and it's going to get past, or I don't know, Doherty couldn't quite glove it. So that puts runners at the corners with one down.
22 Brandt on deck, number 24 Spees on, 24 Spees on deck, 22 Brandt at bat.
Error hit, guys. What do you think?
I'd go ahead, but
That's a hard driven.
Yeah.
Hard hit ball. She at least stopped the ball. I'm not using past her.
So now Brandt digs in, having reached all 3 times, 2 hits and a hit by pitch. She has been easily the most effective batter against O'Toole and comes in a really big spot. And now taking off for second. And then they were trying to do the double steal here. Strickland was privy to it. And then it gets thrown into left field. The Cardinals had done everything right, but it's going to go wrong here. And 2 runs will score on that throwaway from the catcher. She read that one like a book, did everything right, took the runner back to third, and then accidentally launched that one into left field. So both runners that were on come around to score, and all of a sudden we've got a bit of a ball game.
I'm bad luck, sorry guys.
5-2 here, still Brandt at the plate, who's been very effective today. Now her mission goes from drive runners in to just get on base. They need runners more than anything. Tough break there for the Cards after Strickland read it so well. She knew it was going to be that double steal play that we see all the time, both in softball and baseball. And the rundown just didn't go right there. And now a good swing put into this one by Brandt. She's going to have a 3-hit day. She will take the turn at first, head to second base, and she has got a 1-out double, and she does get the job done to get on. And the pressure put on by the Braves here. And what a day for Brandt. 3 for 3, as well as being hit by a pitch. She reaches all 4 times today. That will bring in the pitcher, who has had no answer for O'Toole when it comes to batting. She has gone 0 for 3 and struck out all 3 times. O'Toole would love to get out number 2 on strikes. Hopefully would keep Brandt right where she is, although she's not even going to need to be too worried about the runner at second right now with the 3-run lead. To quickly a 2-0 count to a batter who has gone down on strikes 3 times. And this one's going to be dribbled out to short. Cundiff charges, fields it, makes the throw, out number 2. The runner does advance 60 feet over to third, but just as with the sacrifice hit earlier, the Cards will take that trade.
15 Garcia at bat, number 12 Gandy on deck.
So that brings in Garcia, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. If she could keep this inning going, it would bring Gandy to the plate, who is 3 for 3. So a batter who has had a very good day on deck represents the tying run. But Garcia would have to reach base for the first time today in order to get there. O'Toole, who passed 100 strikeouts in this game, that's 100 career strikeouts, gets the batter into a 1-2 count. Could try and sit her down for the 3rd time and put this one in the books as a Cardinals W to start the year. The 1-2 taken outside. Not done yet. 2-2 count now. Time called as a gust comes in. Brandt at third, Garcia the batter. The 2-2 is called for a ball in a spot that probably has been called a strike a few times today, but not to be there. Full count now. O'Toole's got to avoid the walk here. You'd even just rather drive in the run than just put her on. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. O'Toole gets the K, and the Cardinals win the game 5-2. Olivia O'Toole gets the win, goes the full 7 innings, has a fantastic day. She struck out 9 batters today, and the Cards win 5-2. We will go to a break, come back with the post-game show, but keep it here for Game 2 of this doubleheader. More action between Eudora and Bonner Springs.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganachi!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, welcome in here, Eudora Animal Hospital post-game show. For 40 years, Eudora Animal Hospital has been caring for pets and livestock with fair pricing, trusted service, and compassionate care. Pet owners from across the region trust their four-legged friends to Eudora Animal Hospital. To learn more, visit eudoravet.com. So a 5-2 win here. A lot of runs coming across on errors in this game. Just the one earned run compared to 4 unearned for the Cards, 2 unearned by Bonner. There were a total of 7 errors in this game. It was a great defensive game for quite a while, and then that was not how it ended. Both teams making some very costly mistakes, and the Cardinals getting what I would say is certainly a deserved win, but maybe not a deserved score for either side. Maybe it should have been that 1-0 score that it was for so long. But there was a really solid performance on both sides. O'Toole kept it up for all 7 innings, though. Did give up 9 hits, but 2 runs, only 1 earned, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And on the other side for Spies, she went 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Also a hit batter for both pitchers. The errors came at some interesting times. There was the one with the Cardinals having 2 runners in scoring position at second and third, the 2-out error in left field. But then the Cardinals had that one in that top of the 7th where Strickland read the play so well. And then just the rundown did not go well. I'm not even sure if it was more on Strickland's throw or on the recipient of the throw not being perfectly in position, but either way, it is a wash for the Cards. They have opened the season 1-0 here as they try to build on what was a fantastic season last year and what has been a fantastic stretch. And it is a first win under the new head coach, Jan Kushner. So looking at some stats here, Strickland went 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored. O'Toole went 2 for 3. Pollard 1 for 3. Brooks 1 for 2. Cundiff was able to score a run. She worked a walk, so did Hamas and Wenger. And on the other side of things, Barnes went 1 for 4 with a run scored. Kimberly went 1 for 3. Brandt had a great day, 3 for 3. And Gandy also going 3 for 3. Beebe went 1 for 3. Their shortstop. Cook, Kimberly, and Brandt committed their errors. Cundiff, Strickland, Wenger, and Doherty committing the errors for Eudora. The Cards starting it with a win here. You can keep it on Eudora Sports Live as we have got Game 2 of this doubleheader coming up next. It's going to be another good one.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Rasp gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit EudoraVet.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College. At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com. Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care?
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our home
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Barnes, number 12,
All right.
on deck.
So we have got game 2 going here between the Cardinals and the Braves. Cards starting off the year 1-0. We've got a new arm on the mound, senior Hallie Woods. We'll get things going here. O'Toole will be the center fielder here for game 2. Leadoff batter is Barnes. She went 1 for 4 in game 1, scored a run. And Barnes fouls that one back. Count goes 1-2. I've got Hayden Harves alongside me here for game 2 of this doubleheader. A 1-2 count here. Hayden, I know you didn't get to see game 1, but you know that the Cards have got, now they're 1-0 under their new head coach here. What does that mean to start the year off and the regime off with a win in game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a massive swing for them as far as momentum, because like you said, they had high expectations still coming into this season with still a lot of seniority on this coaching staff, but it's always going to be a good thing for a program like this to kick things off with a win, and as you said, a win that was a very strong showing for them despite maybe the score being a little misleading to how it played out. And they've got an opportunity to extend that even further, grab 2 wins over a sneaky good Bonner Springs Braves team here. And nonetheless on a very pretty night for some softball. Sitting at right over 80 degrees right now.
This one, actually, that one will be brought in out there. So out number 1 for Woods on the mound.
D&D at bat, number 25, Haney on decks.
Just pull on. Once this gets started, then we can. I don't know why it's not started yet. So Gandy moved up big time in the lineup. She was the 7-hitter for game 1, but is now the 2-hitter after going 3 for 3. Twice she took O'Toole right back up the middle, squared it up.
Mm-hmm.
called strike. That outside edge of the plate has been called for a strike quite a few times. It was in game one. Got a little bit inconsistent as the game went on, but was mostly called for a strike, that outer edge. Woods taking advantage of that to get the 1-1. Here is the next pitch to Gandy, and swung on and missed, 1-2.
Really good job by Woods to dig out of the little hole to start in and get herself back up on the strikes. And as you mentioned, kind of a sluggish start to the game offensively back in game one for both teams. So the offensive approach for the Braves, you're not going to see a ton of rush necessarily, but you would love to start off hitting well, try to establish that threat.
That one well outside the 2-strike pitch. Count evens here, 2-2. Woods will be the second arm along with O'Toole in this year. Here's the 2-2, and that one chopped out of play, foul, so the at-bat continues here.
Wind picked up a bit for a moment there. Certainly didn't make things a whole lot easier on Woods. Handled well by Gandy on the mound.
It'll be interesting to see how the workload is split between the two arms. I'm sure it will depend on how their season ends up going.
Absolutely.
O'Toole last year played very clear second fiddle to Sam Clare, and you can have no complaints when it comes to how good Sam Clare is. She pitched 125 and a third innings, whereas O'Toole went 51 and a third innings last year, but that was a senior and a junior. O'Toole and Woods are two seniors, so we'll see what their workload ends up being. They get both of the starts here respectively in this opening doubleheader. Here's the full count pitch, and that one gets away from Woods, so there will be a 1-out base runner for the Braves.
Yeah, Woods not necessarily thrilled with the way those last couple of pitches lined out, but nonetheless getting away without the hit. Cards live to see another hitter here. Another opportunity to rack up a strikeout after the really impressive outing from O'Toole in the first game. Woods trying to match a little bit of that force and danger up on the mound.
The catcher Haney digs in. She went 0 for 3, did work a walk in game one. Lakota Haney, only a freshman. One of 7 on this Bonner Springs roster, swings through that one. Count quickly 0-2 as Woods trying to respond after walking the number 2 hitter. And that one will be swung on and missed. Woods gets the strikeout of Haney. So there are now 2 down as she works to try and strand that runner at first. As this day goes on, it has not gotten much cooler yet, though. I'm sure there's some respite by not being in direct sunlight, but it's still 83 right now. Sunset for 7:42, so it's going to stay right around that 80 mark until that point, and the game will likely be done before we get there. See if the wind gives in at all, but I don't think that will happen either.
No, I bet we're going to have pretty stable conditions here, and on the one hand, some of these players would love to have a little bit cooler of a game out there, but at the same time, never going to complain about consistency, not having to deal with a whole lot of light change, a whole lot of temperature change.
I will be interested to see if the forecast is the same for how many errors we had, just being that there's less direct sunlight in the eyes of outfielders, infielders, anybody.
Sure.
That might contribute to a cleaner defensive performance, even if the temperature and wind is the same. As this one goes back to Woods on the mound, she settles herself and makes a great throw to first, so that 1-out walk does not come to pass, and they stranded on first. The Cards will come up in the bottom half of the inning.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, You can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
It will be Strickland, Heltzer, and Wenger to get things going for the Cards, followed by Pollard and then Brooks if anyone can get on or get in for the Cards here. They did score a run in the first of this first matchup. The sun comes out here. Might benefit the Cardinals a bit as that one could sting the eyes of the outfielders, which granted the Cards a couple runs in game one when there was an error from Kimberly in left field. Strickland in game one went 1 for 4, drove in the Cardinals' lone earned run. She also committed an error herself behind the plate that gave a couple runs to the Braves, and she will be out on a line on pitch 1, as it is still the same pitcher on the mound for the Braves. That is Spies. So now Heltzer digs in. She went 0 for 3, did have a stolen base.
And a really nice effort defensively from the Braves. We mentioned maybe some urgency early on to try to get some runs on the board, which they did not do in their first shot on offense, but starting well defensively here to put a little bit of pressure on the Cards as that one is poked out of right field for foul 1.
The 1-1 to the second baseman. Works it to now a 3-1 count. After the leadoff hitter down, chance for the Cards to get some traffic on the bases for the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. With that one in there for a strike, now the count goes full. Here is the full count pitch. Hit, and that one is just a little dribbler to first, and it's going to bounce in fair territory, and that is an infield hit for Heltzer. It was in a really awkward spot for the Braves' first baseman. She could not gather it, and there is a runner on for the Cards.
Well, that and it was in a very awkward spot for Heltzer to even make good contact with it. Popped it up and just a little bit more power, and it likely would have been caught by the baseman and put out. But it does drop and goes from potentially bad to very beneficial for the Cards here. First pitch goes by to the outside to make the 1-0 count.
And the runner taking off for second, and she will slide in. Heltzer with the second stolen base today, first of game 2.
Very beneficial for the Lady Cards here, something they've done well on the softball side of things for a long time, which is just keeping consistent pressure on these Braves now. Thinking about the scoring threat from behind the mound along with keeping focus on the batter in front of you. That batter now Hannah Wenger in the box.
Wenger in a 2-0 count. She was in the 5 spot in game 1, has moved up to the 3 here for game 2. 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base she went. in a 3-0 count here. Might work another walk today against Spies. That one, though, will drop in for strike one. The 3-1 to the freshman left fielder. This one will be popped out of play, foul.
The sun's certainly not a problem yet, but it does continue to shift around a little bit, which could, as you said, play into the Cards' favor a little bit more as the game progresses.
The 3-2 taken in there for strike three. Can't really question that one. That one felt like it was right down the middle.
Yep.
And Wenger is sat down on strikes.
23 Pollard at bat, number 18 Brooks on deck.
So it is now Pollard who moves up to face Spice.
The strong hitter here, first baseman in that cleanup spot once again, just as she was in game one. She had a hit that went to their shortstop, BB, that went through her legs. Some had it as a hit, some had it as an error. But either way, it drove in the Cardinals' first run of the game, which was the only run for quite a while.
Pollard down 0-1, but did a good job to make some contact on that one, perhaps showcasing a little bit of hitting threat, if nothing else.
She watches that one. That one's going to get past the catcher, Haney, and taking third is the base runner there for the Cards. Wenger now 60 feet away. Or Heltzer.
Yep.
Rather, Heltzer is the one 60 feet away. That one popped up by Pollard. Everyone getting under that one, and the second baseman Bielek able to make the play on it and strain that runner at third. So we are scoreless as we head to the second.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management.
In here for top of the second. Woods will go back to work on the mound. Standing in is Armstrong. She did not start game one, but is in the 5 spot in this Bonner Springs order. Armstrong, another one of their freshmen. They've got quite a few on this squad. And this one, it dropped down, a bunt fielded by Pollard, and the throw not in time.
Man.
The freshman dropping down a very nicely placed bunt, and the leadoff runner is on for the Braves.
At bat, number 6 Harper on deck.
Going to be the first high school hit there for Armstrong, of course, a freshman in this early game in this season. Congrats to her. It was a very well-placed bunt.
Well, a really nice job to pick the feet up quickly and get herself over to base, too, because that was Not the most comfortable one, but a good job to get her way over there anywho.
So now the shortstop, BB, digs in. She went 1 for 3 in the first game and has moved up a couple spots in the order. She was hitting in the 8 spot in game 1. Here in the 6 in game 2, and quickly behind 0-2. For Woods thus far, she has a walk and a strikeout. 23 pitches thrown through 1 inning of work.
The wind continuing to pick up a bit of a factor here.
And the 0-2 called for a ball. BB's job just going to be to get that runner, give that runner an opportunity to advance. With no outs, you could very easily create a situation where you feel comfortable about generating a run, and that's going to help the Braves' case as it gets away from Strickland, and the runner Armstrong will move up to second base with still no outs.
And the Cards not the only team showing some proficiency at grabbing bases, and the Braves doing it, as you said. No outs yet on the board, so plenty of time to work.
And now a really good spot for BB to just try and advance the runner. Doesn't even need to reach base safely, but if you can get her over to third with even 1 out, especially with no outs.
Absolutely.
Feel very good about a chance to try and take an early lead here. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and there's a big out number 1 for Woods.
Yeah, that one feels like it was needed pretty badly in that spot, because now at least it would take some pretty impressive work for the Braves to get over to third with that runner. And even if they did, they would have the out on the board. Woods trying to keep the strong base going, and she draws another hit. So starts off this AB well, goes up 0-1.
This is Eve Harper, yet another one of their freshmen, getting a start here in this second game after not starting in game 1, trying to get some new life out of their lineup after they had very little in terms of answers for the Cardinals. It is 0-2 though on Harper, with her fellow freshman Armstrong standing over at second base.
Woods has done a really good job here to set these pitches up to look very enticing to take a swing at, trying to chop down another, and she does just that.
The 0-2 is swung underneath, and she gets strike 3. So now 2 down, both coming from the K. And that is going to feel really good for Woods after that runner was in scoring position with none down. She is still at second base with 2 away.
Absolutely fighting back beautifully here. The Cards run a pitching in the second.
And now to the 8-hitter Ashlock. Another one of their year 9s getting a start in game 2 after not being in the starting lineup for the first game. She will be playing over at third base here in game 2. Standing behind her is Haley Bielek, who is actually one of the seniors on this Bonner Springs roster, but finds herself in the 9 spot in the order, playing at second base in game 2. But once again, Woods is up 0-2 here and might get 3 straight strikeouts after letting the leadoff runner reach with a hit. And that is exactly what she will do. Strickland just needs to fire down to first. They make the play. 3 consecutive strikeouts to end the inning for Woods. Some great work to preserve this 0-0 game. The Cards coming up in the bottom half of the second.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
More time.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Are you looking for
5, 6, and 7 in the Cardinals order, and the first pitch taken down the third base line by Brooks. She takes the turn at first and will get to second safely. Wow. The ball beat her there, but she was able to slide in safely and get a leadoff double there. A close play at second, but there's a runner in scoring position and none away for Eudora.
Wow. I mean, tough to find words to describe the urgency there and how beautifully that whole thing played out. As you said, the ball actually did get to the bag on second well before she was able to get there. But the urgency in the slide pays off.
So now Doherty digs in. She went 0 for 2 in game 1. Pops this one out to the right side. Cards could look to try and take a lead here with They actually have the same spot that the Braves were in. They had a runner at second with no outs and then struck out 3 straight times. And the Cardinals try and do better here with this same opportunity. That one lollipops in there over the plate for ball 1.
Cards going to try to do all they can to try to prevent this possession for them from going the way the Braves one did, even if you're able to just get one runner out.
I think a big thing there is just going to be moving the runner over quicker than they did, but this one will not likely get that job done as it pops right to the shortstop standing next to the runner who holds her on. So 1 down and still that runner in the same spot at second base.
Number 4, Hummus on deck.
Just got to try and move her over to third. You would have liked to have done that with just the 1 out, but even still,
for sure,
you could do it even with 2, but you'd love to get a base hit here or something else from Cundiff that allows her to move to third. Cundiff went 0 for 2, did have a walk and score a run in the first game.
So Spice puts herself up 0-1. Still that runner on second. As you said, a base hit would be really big for the Cards here.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You wonder what's going through her mind in the circle after she only gave up 1 earned run, but 5 runs total in that loss. You know, do you? I don't know how you try and
do you
process
come off it as if you just pitched a really good game, or come off it going, I gave up 5 runs?
Well, and the life of a pitcher is that you don't really get to determine the results of things. It's a great play made there in center. She maybe misread it a bit, but Barnes able to bring it in, and then Brooks does return back to second safely. So not striking out, but after creating the same opportunity, had their next 2 batters go down. But yeah, pitcher it's a very lonely thing where after that ball leaves your hands, you are probably going to have no say in what happens next. If it's an error, if it's hit to a fielder, if it's hit out of the park, whatever that may be.
Right.
And she has experienced the full force of that right off the bat to start this season, as this one will catch a piece of Hamas. So there will be 2 on now with 2 down. Looked like that one might have caught the left arm there, or maybe the leg for Hamas, but whatever it was, she was definitely feeling some discomfort and still is in discomfort over at first base.
Yeah, definitely.
Now Nelson will dig in. She did not start game 1, but gets the nod here in game 2. One of the 5 seniors on this Eudora squad takes the first pitch for a strike.
A hit here would certainly be a timely one, and one the Cards would welcome. Spy's trying to pick up some momentum of her own and sit down a 3rd batter. Of course, not by way of the K. Popped out to the right.
The senior right fielder chops that one. Now she's down 0-2. Can try and find a gap here, drive in a run, or at least extend it to get back to the top of the order and let Strickland come up with what would be a bases loaded situation. But she's got to get out of this 0-2 spot. Spice winds and deals. Taken for a ball, and then it's in front of the catcher, Haney. And the runners will move up to second and third. So now a real chance here for Nelson to drive a couple runs in maybe.
Yeah, a couple of balls to spare, but if this one's able to hit the zone for Spice, will be the last shot Nelson gets at it on this AB. And two itching runners behind her.
Cardinals really threatening here, but only one strike away from seeing it all fade to nothing, and we would just move to the third with our same score. The difference in situations like this in game one typically came from errors, and that one's in there. Strike three. Spice gets out of the two runners in scoring position jam there, leaving two Cardinals on the bases. It is still 0-0 as we go to the third.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Dogs!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
So it will be Bielek to lead things off, 9-1-2 for Bonner Springs. The senior at second base, hitting in the 9 spot. After the Cardinals will be ruling that missed opportunity, leaving 2 in scoring position. I think you more look back at having the runner at second with no outs as being that, that being the real missed opportunity. You know, even just a well-placed, well-timed bunt there would have put them in a great spot to try and score a run, but did not end up going that way. So Woods again has to keep it where it is with a 0-0 game.
Well, and this is the kind of game you mentioned where, you know, one run could very well be the kind of thing you can coast on to a win, especially more than that. So Cards certainly be reeling at the opportunity, but Woods does a nice job to even the count at 1-1 here.
Haley Bielek listed as a utility player, and they are using her at second in this game. Swings underneath that one and now is behind 1-2. Trying to avoid becoming already the 5th strikeout victim of Woods. Woods ready. Getting the call from Strickland, now winds and deals, and that one high. 4-2, count evens.
Woods doing a nice job to toe the line with Bielek here, giving her a couple enticing ones to chase down and a couple to go by her.
Another 2-strike offering. That one swung, and she just got a piece of that one at bat. Stays alive. Some good battling here from Bielek, especially for the 9-hitter. You can't ask for much more than a solid AB, but
for sure,
they'd love to see her maybe produce something here. First start of her senior season.
Yeah, fair contact would be more than welcome here.
That one will go low, so full count now. Battle between a couple seniors here, Woods and Bielek. What or who will prevail? The full count pitch is hit out to shallow left field. And it was going to drop
Drops.
out there. There were 3 Cardinals players converging. They tried to communicate that one. It's tough because you say that if the center fielder says it's mine, they have priority. And if the shortstop says it's mine along the infield, they have priority. Both the shortstop and center fielder and the left fielder were all involved in that one. So it drops down, and the leadoff runner is on.
Man. Such a nice opportunity, and Woods had to have felt like she had won the chess match there in a lot of ways. But credit to Bielek for making good contact and then presenting the opportunity for the drop.
And this one gets away from the catcher for a second, but a great throw down.
She may have gotten her.
And I didn't see an indication, so I suppose she's safe there at second. That throw was merely there in time. But Bielek now moves up to second base. Still none down. We have seen this situation now in the top of the second, the bottom of the second, and the top of the third. Over the previous 2 times, nothing came from it.
You would almost look at this as a surefire opportunity to get a run, but as you said, we've seen it produce nothing twice.
Barnes, being their leadoff hitter, probably wants to swing the bat, but could really strongly consider the bunt here to try and move the runner 60 feet away. But it's also a 2-0 count, so she doesn't want to throw that away. She will swing at this 2-0 pitch, and that one's got some movement and a diving catch out in center by Hamas. The runner needs to get back to second, and they're going to double her up. Did Hamas make that catch out there?
I didn't think she did. It looked like it was in the glove.
So then it is a mental mistake from Bielek, as she thought she needed to return to the bag, and the Cards managed to get her coming back to the bag, even though she didn't need to go back to first. So now it's a 1-out and a runner at first situation there, as the Cardinals end up erasing the lead runner in a very odd way.
Yeah, certainly not something you're going to complain about, but a strange sequence there. The Cards take advantage of. This one popped out to left.
And the shortstop, Cundiff, goes out there and takes it in front of Wenger.
You almost had the nerves for a minute that would happen again.
Yeah, the best way to try and solve those situations of you saying, you got it, you got it, you got it, is just take it.
Right.
Maybe you might leave Wenger a little unhappy if she got sort of, to mossed almost by her own teammate.
Sure.
But as long as the play is made, the play is made. So now there's 2 down. This one popped up along the infield, and Woods
get away.
will make the play. So they did once again allow a runner at second with none down, and nothing comes of it. Still zeros as we go to the bottom of the third.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
Prescription drug pricing.
All right, back in here, bottom of the third. We have seen in the top of the third and both parts of the second inning, the team get their leadoff runner to second base and not be able to get it across. And I think we've seen the most unique way to not get that across with the Braves there immediately reverting from a runner at second with no outs to a 1 out and the runner at first after the mistake from Bielek on the base paths. Should have been runners at the corners at least. Maybe she could have even taken the turn at third. And now a big swing put into this one. That one's going to go! A home run for Austin Strickland, the catcher. Breaks the deadlock here and puts the Cardinals on top.
What a way to do it, too. We had so many trying to find a way to go base by base to get a run. Cards say, we'll take it all in one chunk.
Strickland puts a drive into one. Only a sophomore has been instrumental behind the plate and gets the Cardinals on top here. She drove in a run in game 1, and she drives herself in here in game 2. The first home run of the year for the Cardinals comes from Austin Strickland.
And still none down. Feels like a similar scenario, except already a run on the board as opposed to the other times today. And still a lot of promise here for this bottom of the third for the Cardinals.
Yeah, with the wind for these, if you are a righty power hitter, you can try and get under one. It might help you carry it out over that left field wall. We haven't seen a lot of that today. We haven't really seen any of it, but Strickland now changes that and puts the Cardinals on the board, and they lead here 1-0, just as they did for quite a while in game 1.
Well, maybe among with other things, that also makes that seem a little bit less daunting to some of these other cards hitters. Trying to take that shot, a lot of right-handers in the batting order today.
Not sure if something, maybe it's just nerves or what has happened to Spice, but she's had a couple really get away from her. One literally bowled across the plate, and then that one flew to the backstop, and now the count is 3-0. Might be a little bit rattled by the home run. She is doing battle here with Heltzer, who went 0 for 3 in the first game and is 0 for 1 thus far in game 2. She will not find the zone, so following the leadoff homer, it is a 4-pitch walk, and trying to grab second base is Heltzer. And she will be safe, turn back to first base. She saw the pitcher with her head down, was trying to take the base on her. She very calmly then, Spice did throw it to second, but then they could not make the play on her retreating back to first. So the Cards escape what shouldn't have been an out, then should have been an out.
Right.
And in the end, they've got none out and one on following that homer. So you just can look at it as the home run followed by a 4-pitch walk type of thing, where if Spice doesn't find the zone soon, might at least induce a visit to the circle. Make sure that she is feeling confident, and now taking off is Heltzer, and she will grab second. The ball goes into center, but she will be held at second base after the stolen bag. Her third now on the day, second of this game.
Trying to advance further, and a bunch of Cards hitters have got to be looking at this as quite an opportunity to try to take advantage of the seemingly slump that Spice has been in.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it also was another ball. So after the homer, 5 consecutive balls. And there she will finally find the zone. Wanger was also thinking about trying to drop that one down, to try and maybe extend this Cardinals lead by way of manufacturing a run, getting her over to third. And even, it would likely be a sacrifice hit, but you could force the Braves to make that play. Wanger got a little jittery there, calls time. Heltzer in a running position at second. She will take off her third, and the bunt is down, but the ump says that she left the box before she connected with the pitch, so that will be a strike.
So the way things play out, after 5 straight balls after the home run on the leadoff, Spice now finds herself up 1-2.
A bit of a weird second strike there, but she'll take it. And then Heltzer sort of toying with Haney behind the plate. Count now 2-2. The freshman Avery Heltzer showing no fear for what the Braves might do defensively.
Not a bit.
So now the 2-2 count to the left fielder. Again, the runner goes, fielded on the mound. She throws to third to try and get the lead runner, but the tag is not applied, so that means everyone is safe.
So corners taken up for the Cards now, still none down.
I don't
This
know.
feels a fair bit better than on second base with no outs.
I don't know if Spice maybe realized or not that the runner had been in motion, but she would have had to immediately fire to third, and she took her time for a second. So that tag was really never going to happen. You have to go to first for the sure out. Instead, there's none down, runners at the corners, and already still 1 run in for the Cards. First pitch, crushed
that
here
one
by
might be
Pollard
gone
to left field. That one's gonna go. A second homer in the inning, and 4 runs in for the Cards. It's a 3-run shot from Riley Pollard.
And just like that, Cards find some spaces they like, find some pitches they like. The slump for Spice, unfortunately, not getting better. The Cards have completely opened up the scoring here in the 3rd inning. To 2 very similar spots, too, right over there by the light pole in the corner of left field.
Yeah, and you wonder what Bonner is now thinking with their pitcher. Obviously, they trust her because they've given her the starting nod in both games, and it looks like they're going to continue with her, but man, it sure seems like her confidence is shot. She could at least, in my opinion, use just a visit to the circle just to try and maybe settle her down, because after the homer, she threw 5 consecutive balls, and then I wouldn't say it's a big mistake, but she did make that mistake throwing it to third and then gives up a 3-run shot. Still has not recorded an out here in the 3rd inning, and they're going to ride with her and trust that she can get over whatever mental hurdles she may be experiencing, as now Brooks digs in.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's a lonely spot up there on the mound, and how much worse can that get when you're all alone and things are going wrong? We see more inaccuracies from over there.
I don't understand if you're a Bonner coach, how you're not at least going and having a word with her.
For sure. To help her out more than anything, less so from a critical standpoint, just
we
make
saw
that
how
less
effective
lonely.
of a pitcher she is.
For sure.
So to see that's 3 pitches in this inning that have completely gotten away from her, I would just want to try and at least settle her down, maybe even go to another arm if you have one, but maybe they don't. So then just go talk to her, right? Just try and help her.
Because that's something that simple could stop this slide and just help her relax a bit, ease up the tension a bit, and get back to the form we saw in the first couple of innings. But nonetheless, really struggling here, and seems like she's all on her own for the time being.
The pitch to Brooks, called a strike, a 2-1 count now.
2-1 count, certainly manageable for her, trying to find her way back up even maybe on this swing. The pitch goes, and she does.
2-2. Brooks 1 for 1 with a single. She ripped one down the third base line in her first trip, trying to avoid becoming the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's been a Cardinals rally, and now the count goes full.
The wind and conditions certainly beneficial for Brooks to try to find that third base line again. That one in, she chops it out to the right, stays alive.
Spies has only issued 1 walk in this game. She did give up 3 base on balls in the first matchup. Trying to avoid that here. Yet another freshman that Bonner is really going to rely on. I imagine this squad 3 seasons from now will be a very strong one, as this one's hit to right over the head of Gandy, and it's going to drop. So Brooks will reach here, and she will get all the way to second base, and still there are none away.
Number 20 guarding at bat.
This could be a turning point where this game might go very differently than the first one, because it was a close-fought battle until the very end. Maybe this one might be more lopsided. That's what it's looking like it could become. But at this point, still something within reach if Bonner could get out of it.
For sure.
But with none down, it has been quite the run of good hitting for the Cards, a good batsmanship.
Yeah, for sure. And you combine that really nice hitting recently aligned with the struggles that Spice is still seeming to face on the mound, struggling a little bit with accuracy and finding the zone here as of late. It's a combination the Cardinals have got to be very pleased to see, optimistic.
And this one's going to be hit to one
goes through the
side, and
gap.
that'll get through. So taking the turn at third and coming in to score is Brooks. It's an RBI single for Doherty, and another run for the Cardinals.
And a really nice job by Doherty to find
Number 2,
a very, very thin gap over there on the shortstop side, just barely missing the glove of the shortstop.
And they still have not gone to talk to her.
And you got to be wondering how much of it is Spice's pitching at this point and how much of it is just the Cards hitters finding more and more confidence. Likely a combination of both here.
And now Cundiff puts bat to ball. This one in an awkward area, but will be brought in. Brandt makes a good play, and finally, after 7 batters go to the plate, the Braves are able to record out number 1.
Yeah, it's got to feel like a huge sigh of relief. Maybe something minor, but a feeling of just stopping the bleeding here.
So that will bring in Hamas. She was hit by the pitch in her first trip. In game 1, went 0 for 1, had a sacrifice bunt. Also walked and stole a base.
Gotta think she'd love an opportunity to put bat to ball here, though. Reaching a base once by being hit versus getting there by a hit are two different things.
And she swings over that one, which will go foul to the left side. So interesting to me to not go and talk to the pitcher. We saw in game 1 quite a few times they did some visits to the circle. And this is going to be a pick-back attempt at first. And diving back in safely is Doherty, playing with fire over there at first.
For sure.
But we saw that quite a few times, and that was when she was pitching very well. And maybe, you know, I don't know this player as well as the coaching staff. Maybe they know when she wants to be talked to and when she doesn't. But I just find it very surprising because it feels evident that she is shaken following giving up 2 home runs. And that one
gets
on
through.
a line into left field. Doherty will hold at second, so just runners at first and second now. And the great batting continues for the Cardinals as they are going to send their 9th hitter to the plate. Waiting on deck is Strickland, who led off this inning with a home run.
And still only 1 down, which means she is very likely to get her second shot of this inning.
Could potentially come up with the bases loaded. Could you imagine? This one will be hit to short. Beebe will field, fire across the diamond, and they do retire the batter. So there are 2 down, and the Cardinals will, though, bat around and send Strickland back to the plate. So she has to strip off her catcher's gear, which I don't think she was expecting to have to do after she hit that homer. But she will dig back in for a second AB within this bottom of the 3rd.
And not quite bases loaded, but 2 in scoring position is close to the best you could ask for following that. And she makes contact
into that one, and it'll drop in left field. Doherty will be able to score. Hamas takes the turn. She comes in to score a 2 RBI double, and it is an explosion of runs here for the Cards. They have put up 7 in the bottom of the 3rd.
Oh my goodness, it just feels nonstop. I mean, at what point do you see something significant change for the Braves? And if so, what will it take? Because still seemingly no visit to the mound yet.
Now we've got coaches talking at least with the home plate up. They might do something here. Looks like they will likely be making a pitching change here.
She's like, I was just curious.
Barnes coming in from center. And she will be the new pitcher. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and come back when the new arm is ready to go.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats, protectpressfreedom.org.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
All right, so back here out of the break. We were talking about it for quite a while there. Hayden was surprised they weren't at least going to talk with their pitcher. It seemed like maybe they didn't have other options that they would trust as much, but with this game feeling like it's at a really bad spot already, and that one's caught on a line for out. Is that going to end the inning?
It will.
Yeah, that will end the inning before we can even finish that thought. Nobody knows that it's out number 3, but it is the end of the inning. So Barnes, the center fielder, comes in and on one pitch gets the job done. They do move to a new arm. We can talk about it a little bit more on the other side of the break, but the Cardinals explode for 7 runs, 2 homers responsible for the majority of it. They lead big as we go to the 4th.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving.
Back in here for the top of the 4th. Still Woods in the circle for the Cards. It will be 4, 5, and 6 for Bonner. After the Cards put up a huge inning. A big swing here from Brandt. Hits this one high, and it will be brought in foul ground for out number 1. Pollard bringing it in. So the new pitcher on the other side of things is Barnes, who started in center field. We'll see more of what she has to offer. Got a line out to start things after 1 pitch. So there will be a new arm to deal with for the Cards. They had a good battle in game 1 with Spies and then really got to her all of a sudden in that inning. She had not looked really shaky at all, but certainly not that shaky. That leadoff homer from Strickland, which for this a freshman pitcher, that means that's going to be the first time she's been taken deep. That clearly rattled her. She immediately 4-pitch walk, and then later on gives up another home run. So just a real blow for her and for her confidence, you imagine. Hopefully something that she can look past. Clearly someone they want to rely on this season, and I think somebody deserving of that trust.
For sure.
But just that really seemed to get to her head. I don't blame them at all for just pulling her, letting her day be done, and saying, we're going to keep giving you opportunities, but you can be done for today.
Yeah, for sure. And I wouldn't even say she hadn't looked shaken throughout the rest of the day prior to that, she actually looked extremely composed against a lot of these hitters and was performing really, really well. So like you said, the outlook for the future has got to still be bright for her, but maybe the best choice for tonight just to sit her down, let her catch some composure, and then bring her back up when she's ready.
Kimberly here has entered the game. She has taken the place of Armstrong, so I'm not entirely clear on how that will all work out, but she is the new center fielder, but she will go down on strikes for out number 2, but she's in the lineup in place of Armstrong. So anyway, we can figure all that one out as the game runs on, but Kimberly is in and Kimberly is out. So now it will be BB standing in.
And BB having to go up against a version of Woods that is as frightening as at any other point, and she's going to chop at the first one and go down 0-1 on the count.
She struck out in her first trip. Does have one hit today that came off of O'Toole. And that one swung on and missed 0-2. Braves would still really like to try and get something back after allowing that 7 spot. But now just 1 strike away from having to deal with the Cardinals bats once again. Woods gets the call, readies for the 0-2, winds and deals, and that one's hit out towards center field. And actually it moves a little towards left with the wind, but Hamas comes in, makes the play. So the Braves go down 1-2-3, no response after the Cardinals put up 7. They get back to the plate in the bottom half of the 4th.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
For the best care for your pet, choose DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Dr. Matt Fair and his team are dedicated to providing high-quality medical care with compassion and a personal touch. They treat every pet as their own, ensuring they receive the attention and respect they deserve. For routine checkups, testing, vaccinations, chiropractic and acupuncture care, or surgical services, you can trust Dr. Fair and his team at DeSoto Veterinary Clinic. Call 913-585-1115 to schedule an appointment today or visit DeSotoVetClinic.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you.
All right, bottom of the 4th, getting underway here as the Cardinals will now do battle with the new pitcher, Anna Barnes, another freshman arm. They seemed pretty reluctant to move away from Spies, so maybe Barnes might not be someone that they trust as much, or maybe they just didn't want to get her in action already. We'll see. Right. She immediately got a 1-pitch out, and even still, such a small sample size. This one will be pulled into right. That one will drop, and they were shifted over to the left. So there's a lot of green for that ball to roll into. Wanger will take the turn at second. Head to third. They're going to, they almost sent her home.
Oh, my goodness.
But they held her up, so it's a lead-off triple. Even though she is a lefty batter, the outfield was also pulled to the left. So that one had a lot of space to run. It went all the way to the warning track, and it's a leadoff triple.
Yeah, and Reed, I don't know how much of it at this point is something you could even put against Spies or Barnes, and how much of it is just these Cards hitters being so confident right now and so utterly, efficient with their swings that everything is just connecting these last inning or two.
I think there might also be, as this one is hit pretty well by Pollard out to center, well deep enough to score the run. Wanger will tag as that one's caught in center by Kimberly, and the Cardinals have an 8th run in this game. I think that along with you know, the momentum for the Cards. They're all going to be going to the plate with all kinds of confidence. I think that the spirits are really crushed on the other side.
For sure.
The first game was close. This one was close for a bit there, and then all of a sudden it was not anymore, and that's just going to be a real demoralizer. I think that everyone out there for Bonner is a little bit going through the motions at this point.
Yeah.
They were just hoping that they could at least try and split this series.
For sure.
And it seems like this game, I mean, it never is in a sport like softball or baseball, but it feels like it could be reaching to the point where it could be a lost cause for them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's also so tough when it's not a game that looks out of your hands at all, really. I mean, even 1-0 is so manageable. And then just like that in the blink, it completely gets away from you.
Brooks, who's 2 for 2, hits this one to Bielek, the senior. And there's a bit of evidence of what I was just talking about. I don't think that they are executing at 100% right now.
I mean, that's a fairly routine grab that just pops up and bounces off the hand. So some very strong evidence to back up what you'd said there.
So Brooks reaches on the 1-out error. And the inning continues, or was going to continue, but the onslaught, how about, from the Cardinals will continue.
Sun's starting to set here, still plenty of light, but the sun no longer much of a factor here.
We've seen 3 errors in this game, a couple from Bonner, 1 from Eudora. Instead of Doherty in the order, this will be Bourne digging in. Hadley Bourne, a freshman. Last year, Alexia Bourne was one of the fantastic seniors for this Cardinals softball team.
Yeah, one of those so many memorable seniors. As I believe you said earlier, 7 of them on the squad last year.
Yep.
So many. I believe 4 or 5 went on to play collegiate ball immediately following their senior year.
Yeah, I got to call a couple of their games on Saturday because I was calling Johnson County ball, where Katie Corder, Reese Pattison are there along with Mackenzie Yoder.
The Cardinals essentially a JCCC factory at this point for softball players. The amount of talent coming out of this ladies softball team for Eudora is just tremendous.
The 2-2 to Bourne, and now the count will run full in this battle between 2 freshmen.
Barnes trying to get her some confidence and sit down one of these Eudora hitters who have been going with impunity.
That one's going to roll to the backstop, so it'll be a walk, and then Brooks will think about trying to snag third, but she will stay put. So a full count walk there. Puts runners at first and second with 1 down. Leslie Cundiff will dig in. And that one bounces in front of Haney.
Brooks over there threatening the movement at second, as she's done all day long.
Can you guys do an announcement?
There's a lot of money in that. There's like
The 2-0 to Cundiff. Swung on, hit back to Barnes, who fields it well. Goes to get the lead runner, and it goes through the glove of Ashlock.
And really, the Braves got fortunate that that's all they gave up.
Well, she did exactly what Spies didn't do earlier, which was turn and immediately fire to get the lead runner.
Yep.
And it went there, hit the third baseman's glove, and bounced out of Ashlock's hand. And so there are the bases loaded with 1 down, despite her making a good decision there to try and grab the lead runner. Had the fielder gloved that, although she was not actually standing on the third base bag, which it would have been a force out. So it might have been a mistake there either way, but not a mistake by Barnes in the circle. She knew what she was doing. Bourne taking a big lead off of second, despite third base being occupied. This is Hamas at the plate, 1 for 1.
Thomas maybe wishing she would have taken a swing at that one. Nonetheless, we'll go up 2-0.
And that one on the outside edge, called a strike. The senior Nelson waits eagerly behind her, would love to get into a bases loaded spot. The count goes 3-1, and now Barnes running the risk of walking a runner across the plate.
Pretty favorable position for Homs, considering pretty much got to give her one she can swing at, and she'll take the walk.
That one outside, so a run is forced across, and it is now 9-0 to Eudora. They've put up a couple here in this fourth inning, and it will be a bases-loaded situation for Janice Nelson.
Still. I'm going to go through bases loaded once is tough enough on a pitcher, but then to let a run go by and have to face it again, still with only one down.
I think we can see, Hayden, some clear evidence for why they maybe didn't want to turn away from Spice. But the question still just goes back to why not then go talk to her? You know, fine, you don't have another arm you trust as much, but
why leave her out there alone for as long as they did?
Just go and give her some guidance.
For sure.
But anyway, we can focus in here. This is Janice Nelson, the 9-hitter, a senior, stepping up with the bases loaded. This is the type of stuff you dream of.
For sure.
Here in her last year with the Cards, her first start on the season. And she gets a great situation here. What can she do with it? A great pitch makes the count go 1-1.
And Bourne is over there essentially playing a track warm-up over there at third base. She is as ready to go as I've ever seen someone at third.
That one loops in there for a ball. Nelson's thinking, come on, put one over the plate for me.
Right.
I want to swing this bat. Bourne stands at third, Cundiff at second, Hamas at first. Nelson the batter, Barnes the pitcher. The 2-1. That one is a ball, and now she may walk in another run. Nelson might swing no matter what here at this 3-1.
I was going to say, even if you're going to go down, you go down swinging here. Bases loaded, come on.
Now she doesn't pull the trigger on one that drops into the zone there, so now the count goes full. Maybe a little bit of hesitation there. Nelson might want to have that one back.
For sure.
Count goes full. Bases are loaded. Nowhere to put her. And that one will miss, so another run comes across by way of a bases loaded walk. It is 10-0 to Eudora.
When Barnes has just got to feel trapped here because you're not going to be very confident putting a pitch over the plate against any of these Eudora hitters at this point.
Well, yeah, now that the lineup turns over.
Right.
Nelson might have been your batter to really try and go after.
And you can't really walk anyone. It's the first one chopped on, hit foul there by Strickland. Yeah, and it's not a favorable spot to be for Barnes at all.
This is Strickland, who has already homered in this game and doubled. She really was the one, though the Cardinals definitely did it as a unit, but the one to chase Spice from the game because she hit that homer that really knocked her off of her game and then ended up coming back. They batted back around, got the double, and that was it for Spice. The sophomore leadoff hitter. The catcher's so important. It's just such a leadership position for a team. And that one goes up the middle, and it will be another run driven in. Hamas will also take the turn. She will score a 2-run single for Strickland, who is having a day.
And that's Cundiff and Hamas, who both come in to grab 2 more runs, push the lead out to 12 for the Cards here. And Barnes still stuck on the mound, just trying to find an answer here.
On deck.
So it brings Avery Heltzer back in again. That one goes all the way to the backstop. Both runners will move up a base.
So now both sit in scoring positions, still only 1 down. And of course, Heltzer in the box has so much base running and even stealing prowess herself. But the focus for her not going to be on the bag right now. Focus going to be trying to drive in even more runs here.
This one hit to second, and it was bobbled over there, but the throw made. A run does come across, and the other runner moves up to third base, but they finally get out number 2, as it is 13-0 Eudora.
Man, with the catalyst, that third inning, of course, but what a night here for these Lady Cards.
In back-to-back innings, the Cardinals have bat around as Wenger digs in for the second time. She led this inning off with a triple and was driven in with a sacrifice fly from Pollard. Not often that you see consecutive batting arounds, and it's not going to be done yet, as she will drive in another run for the Cards. It is now 14-0 Eudora. So now that brings in Pollard, who for the longest time was sitting in the dugout as the only Cardinals batter retired this inning. She wouldn't have been too upset about it because it was a sacrifice fly. But now with 2 down, she gets to dig in for the second time after already having driven in a run in this inning.
Maybe a chance at some redemption, and she will try to get a piece of the first one.
And for the Cards, not just consecutive batting arounds, consecutive 7-run innings, and this one could get even larger for them. And this one bounces in front of the catcher, so that will allow Wenger to grab second base. A 15th run would be game over. I think. Pollard digs back in, 1-1.
Still a runner in scoring position, that's Wenger. Pollard trying to get a piece of one.
You know, Barnes came in and had the 1 pitch, 1 out, so it felt like she was maybe going to be able to get some efficient pitching here. Then it is taking a long while for her to get a couple more outs. This one, though, will be hit softly over to short. Beebe made a decent throw, but Brandt can't grab it, and that will allow Wenger to score. It's 15-0 for the Cards.
Looks like that maybe called game right there. It will be.
And that error over at first by Brandt will be the last action in this game. Wenger comes in to score. It's an 8-run inning for the Cardinals, following a 7-run inning to get a 15-0 Mercy Rule victory. They start the year 2-0 with 2 big wins over the Bonner Springs Braves. As they go through their handshakes here, we'll take one final break, then wrap this one up, tell you what is next on Eudora Sports Live. Keep it here for the postgame show.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for trusting us with the care of their animals, and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
One more time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
All right, welcome in here, Eudora Animal Hospital post-game show. Wrapping up another Cardinals victory. They start the year 2-0. It was, for a while, it was a nail-biter in Game 1. It didn't necessarily end that way, but then Game 2 here was a piece of cake in the end for the Cardinals. It took them a second to get there, but then they just could not stop hitting the ball. It didn't matter who was throwing it. They were just able to rack up the hits, rack up the runs, a couple homers along the way, and they get a 4-inning Mercy Rule victory here. A big one for the Cards. What did you see in this matchup, Hayden?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going to speak on the first one because I didn't see the second game. I didn't see the entirety of the first, but you're right. It was very much so 2 innings of kind of poking and prodding and figuring out how they wanted to go about attacking the defensive front for these Braves. But as soon as they found those cracks in the armor, they kind of went Super Saiyan, and it was over relatively quickly after that. I mean, you know, whether it was finding little cracks in the pitching, which they were able to take advantage of very quickly, or just the batters gaining confidence almost immediately, I think those two coincided really, really well, and it kind of just all popped off at once. But such a strong outing for the Cards to open up their season. You're always going to be thrilled on a doubleheader win. As you said, the first one under a new coaching regime, although it is a familiar coaching regime for the Cards. Just a really impressive night for them, and hopefully a sign of more very good things to come for this Lady Cards softball team.
Oh yeah, and you look at the pitching performance from Hallie Woods following up on Olivia O'Toole's great game. Woods only gave up 1 hit. Now it was 4 innings of work, but a 1-hitter, no runs, struck out 5, walked 1, and there was also a passed ball in there. But she did very, very nicely. I think that she is absolutely someone the Cards can rely on, and feels like she fits the bill if she's going to be a strikeout pitcher. That seems to be what the Cardinals love around here, and she did a great job here in Game 2. Seems like someone that will be a great duo with Olivia O'Toole, 2 seniors, very trustworthy in the circle.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be so excited about the outlook when you've got pitchers who you really trust on the mound to not only go out and stay composed, but also go get those Ks and sit batters down consistently. Because especially for a team that's got these aspirations, again, new coaching level, but we know what the expectation is here in Eudora. We know they expect themselves to be a championship contending team. And that's just more excitement, more reason and cause to be so confident in your abilities when you know that you can have a batter go out and pitch 7 straight innings and sit batters down constantly, and then, we'll go to our second arm who's also an experienced senior who can do the same thing to you for 5 innings.
Yeah, a great start to the year here. They start the season 2-0. Looking at what is next here on Eudora Sports Live. First, just what is simply next for the softball team. They will be playing against DeSoto. I forgot to write down the date for that one. They'll be playing at DeSoto very soon on the 24th.
No, the 2nd.
The 2nd. On April 2nd, they will be playing at DeSoto, a double header for that one. But for our next coverage on April 9th, we will be covering soccer against Ottawa, and our next time covering the softball team will be April 27th, a Monday double header against Lansing. But yeah, that will pretty much do it here. A great start to the Cardinals year, a 2-0 beginning to the season as they try and build on what was a state runner-up season last year. Their stated aspirations from Olivia O'Toole is to win regionals and get to the state tournament, which would be another time. They've done it every year since 2019. But that's just what that's where they've set their sights, and they could even try and push past that. They take 2 great steps towards it with 2 very nice wins. A couple homers in there, and that's true. I should run through our batting stats here before we sign off. So Strickland here, these are unofficial stats from the game changer that the team kept. Strickland 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs because of a double and a home run. Heltzer went 0 for 3 with a walk, a run scored, a run driven in. Wanger 3 for 4, an RBI, 3 runs scored. Pollard went 2 for 3, 5 runs driven in, 1 run scored. She also homered in the game. Brooks 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Doherty went 1 for 2, an RBI and a run scored. Bourne was able to work a walk and score a run. Cundiff went 0 for 3, scored a run. Hamas 1 for 1, an RBI, 2 runs scored and a walk. And Nelson 0 for 2. She was able to force in a run by working a walk and also scored 1 herself. Wanger tripled. Hamas was hit by a pitch. Pollard hit a sac fly. Brooks stole a base. Heltzer stole 2. And Wanger did commit 1 error in the game. For Woods, she went 4 innings. Allowed 1 hit, no runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Had a wild pitch, and then also there was a passed ball. On the other side of things, Barnes went 1 for 2. She's the only batter that registered a hit. Gandy worked a walk. Nobody else was able to reach base. Only 2 runners got on for Bonner Springs. There were errors from Bielek, Ashlock, and Brandt. Actually, I had a couple errors for Brandt at first base. Spice started the game. She went 2 2/3, is saddled with the loss. Allowed 8 hits, 7 runs all earned, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Had a couple wild pitches and hit a batter. And then Barnes came in, did go a full inning in relief, allowing 4 hits, 8 runs, only 1 of those runs earned. Allowed 3 walks and had a couple wild pitches before the game ended in a mercy rule. 15-0 was our final score here. The Cardinals start the year 2-0. For Hayden Harves and myself, Reed McAvoy, thank you so much for tuning in. Go Cardinals, and have a good week.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.